I'm Patrick David, your host of Valuetainment. Today I want to talk to you about your most important appointment of the day. And no, it's not you working out in the morning. It's not you getting up and reading in the morning. It's not you selling your first appointment or your 6 o'clock breakfast meeting at a coffee shop at 5, 6 in the morning, or your last appointment at 10 o'clock, you should close and this. No, none of that stuff. You see, I've been in business since now, what year is it? 2002, I've been in business. I've been an entrepreneur since 0102. And I have watched a lot of people, smarter, more talented, incredibly talented, bigger degrees, everything. And I was always intimidated by the guys that looked better, spoke better, had bigger degrees, fancier degrees, better families, wealthier families, connected. I said, there's no way in the world I can compete with any of these guys. But as I grew, I kept watching everybody. So then I would see people read all of these books. You can read every one of these books. Mastery, Laws of Success, my buddy Grant Cardone, 10X. You can read The Life, all good books. I mean, I'll read these books multiple times. I won't get tired of it. But none of these things that you read have as much influence and power over your success than your most important appointment of the day. And your most important appointment of the day is your last appointment of the day. And let me explain to you what is your last appointment of the day. You can be, as an entrepreneur, running a business. And you know, as an entrepreneur, the first 2 years, every day you're discouraged. Every single day something happens that you're discouraged. Your energy, your willpower drops. You don't think you can make it. Customers said no. You were hoping to land this sale. You were hoping this person was going to buy your house. You were hoping that policy was going to go through. You were hoping that broker was going to open up that office with you. You were hoping that lease was going to be good. Every day, something happens that discourages you. Every day. So imagine on top of all the discouragement that you get every single day as an entrepreneur first 2 years, and you know most entrepreneurs that don't make it, they don't make it in the first 2 years. Why is that? Because it has everything to do with their last appointment of the day. Who is the last appointment of the day? The last appointment of the day is who you speak to before you go to sleep. So who is that person? I don't know. You know who that last person is you speak to before you go to sleep. That person could be your best friend. It's your boy you speak to every day. Your girl, you speak to her every day. And she tells you, don't you think it's time you stop doing this business? It's not working out for you. You thought this business was going to work. It's not. Go get a job. They're offering you a $68,000 a year job with benefits. And if you and I need to get married, this thing, you've been here, how much have you made this year? You've only made $11,000. You're crazy. You're out of your mind. Your dad is right. This is enough. That last appointment, on top of all the discouragement you got throughout the day, is the most powerful appointment of the day. We can have 100 people throughout the day tell you, you're awesome, you're incredible, you're talented, you're special, you're good looking, you're amazing, you're going to go change the world, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Everything. You can have mentors, coaches tell you that all day long. You read the books all day long. But you go home to your last appointment of the day, and your last appointment of the day tells you, you know you can't do this. You know you're not smart enough. I don't like you working with that person. That person you're around, I can't stand that person. And if you don't know how to handle that last conversation, it could be your spouse, could be your husband, could be your wife, could be your brother, sister, mom, dad, best friend. If you don't know how to handle that conversation, because it's not about, a person told me, Pat, are you telling me that I need to, not have my marriage work out and move on and this? I said, no. You need to have that conversation is what you need to do. None of this message is about, I got to go get a divorce and move on. No, that conversation you're afraid of having for whatever reason, and you need to have. And until you sit down with that family member of yours that keeps, so think about this, visualize it with me. You're in bed with your husband or with your wife, and you had a tough day. You got into it with somebody in your office, a client, an agent, a boss, a supervisor, a director, somebody you got into it. And you're telling your wife, today, and he said this, and I said this, and I was so upset. The way your wife or husband responds to you will dictate how you dream about that person throughout the night. So I'll give you an example. He said this, he said that? What did you tell him back? I told him this. You should have said this. Call him back right now. First thing in the morning, you need to tell him this. Boom. He is making a division, and no one is even seeing it. Because this person has more influence than anybody else throughout your day. Now, let me give you another example. I said this, and he said this, and she said this, and I can't believe she canceled the product and the appointment. And she says, babe, maybe it's just, they had a bad day. Maybe they're not interested right now. You just got to call them tomorrow. You just got to go visit him tomorrow. Maybe you should just talk to him. It's going to be okay. This is business. Whatever that person tells you during that heat of the moment will dictate how you sleep at night. And you're going to go to sleep at night like this. It's either going to be, when I see him tomorrow, when I talk to him next time, when I sit that, I'm going to tell him this, versus, maybe she's got a point. Yeah, that is a good point. It's not really a big deal. Yeah, babe, let's just go to sleep, right? And then boom, you go to sleep and you dream, everything's good. You wake up fired up to go build your business. This is why these are all great. You ought to read a lot of books. I read them all the time. Ran into a guy today in The Habit. He says, I've never seen you around Glendale walking around without a book in your hand. Tom, he's a great real estate agent in Glendale. All of these are great, but most people that I speak to, they're too weak to have the strong conversation that's necessary privately behind closed doors with their last appointment of the day. And because they don't do it, it affects every relationship and their business throughout the day. And it's not that person's fault. Remember, your last appointment of the day is only saying those things to you because they care about you. They're not saying it to you because they want to hurt everything else. They're saying it to you because you're allowing them to. And if you agree with them and you're giving them the fire, they're just trying to make you happier. They're just trying to protect you. So it's on you to take the lead and sit down and have that conversation to change that up, because if you don't, every other day you're going to be in turmoil with your business, and odds are you're eventually not going to make it. No matter where you ever go to, it's not the business, it's not the office, it's not the company. You don't know how to handle the last appointment of the day, and that is by far, in my opinion, the most important appointment of the day for all entrepreneurs. So instead of picking up a book tonight, have that conversation with your friend tonight. Have that conversation with your pops tonight, with your mom tonight, with your wife tonight, with your husband tonight, and get it going to the support side, and let them know, I don't want to talk about that because I get discouraged. Please, let's change the subject. Boom, you move on. And you will see a world of difference with your business 3, 6, 9, 12 months from now. So anyways, that's my message of the week to you. If you have any questions, comments, comment on the bottom. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please be sure to subscribe to the channel here. Thanks for watching.